up, y'all? The division series in the American League is over. I went 1 for 2, but come on, who had the Red Sox beating the Rays? Like, you can't even blame me for that. But let's recap it real quick. First off, we have the Rays, Red Sox. Man, talk about a tide change, honestly. The Rays win the first game pretty easily, and they're up 5-2 in the second game. In the first inning, off Chris Sale. It was a grand slam off Chris Sale. Who thought that the Red Sox at that point was gonna win the series? They ended up coming back from this game and winning 2 straight in walk-off fashion in Boston to knock down your number 1 seed in the American League East. I didn't have the Red Sox beating the Yankees in the wild card. I did not have the Red Sox beating the Rays in the division series. Yet they still got it done. They turned every single tide. All momentum was going against them, and they said, no, our momentum. And then they brought it with them to Boston. They rode that wave. And you know what? The momentum was almost lost in Game 4 when the Red Sox blew a 5-0 lead. And it looked like it was all going to go to Game 5 with the Rays having the momentum until Kike Hernandez, who has been killing it all series. He is your player of the series for the Red Sox. He walks it off. None other than Kike, obviously. It had to be him. That was the end of the storybook. They will face the Houston Astros in Houston tomorrow night. As for the Rays, their player of the series, I guess, would be Wander Franco. He did pretty well, I guess. I couldn't really single out a single player who did really well. Pitching obviously was not a really strong suit that series. Hitting wasn't the best. Like, Randy and Wander stick out, so I'm gonna pick Wander Franco. Good job for him. Let's move on to the other side. On the flip side, we had a series in Houston and Chicago against the Astros and the White Sox. This series was not close at all. Every game was one-sided. Game 3 was rigged, in my opinion. The Houston Astros kind of dominated against the White Sox, and the White Sox did everything they could to stay relevant. They made up some allegations. They pretended like a hit by pitch was intentional. They hit one of our players. They were just trying so hard to not become irrelevant. But they entered the series irrelevant, and they left the series irrelevant. The Astros won the series 3-1. Your player of the series for the Houston Astros was Kyle Tucker up until Jose Altuve just dominated in Game 4. You have to also account for Jose Altuve making those great plays. But Kyle Tucker, man, he was something special this series. Your player of the series for the White Sox was Yasmani Grandal. The way he was gunning down runners, it was just something to watch. In case you're dumb, that was sarcasm. Yasmani sucked. But I mean, that's a good thing for me. I honestly cannot isolate one player in the White Sox that had a good series. I guess Luis Robert had the best performance, but Yasmani's going to be your player of the series because he was just so good at gunning down runners. At the end of the series, La Russa made some allegations again that saying that Kendall Graveman intentionally hit Jose Abreu. Ryan Tepera made his allegations, and he ended up giving up an earned run. He was talking about swings and misses after Game 3, and then he entered Game 4, only got 1 swing and miss, and gave up 1 run. How bad do you have to be to give up the same amount of runs as swings and misses that you get? It's unreal. Like, in Game 3, he had 5 swings and misses, right? So what if he gave up 5 runs in Game 3? That's like the same equivalent, kinda. Tepera could not back up his talk. I don't know what the White Sox fans were talking about, saying that Tepera backed up his talk. He did not. He tried, but if he wanted to back up his talk, he would have gotten more swings and misses. He did not. Liam Hendricks was horrible in the 9th inning in the fourth game. Nothing was going well for the White Sox. They were cheering for Altuve getting hit, and then Altuve scored the tying run, ends up hitting a 3-run home run off their closer, who honestly, is probably the only player on that staff that's actually kind of good. But Altuve just owns the White Sox. I've been saying this a lot. I'll say it again. I don't know any one player on the White Sox that I would genuinely say is a good player, because they just play in a bad division, to be honest with you. But that's it for the division series ALDS recap. Tomorrow maybe we'll have the NLDS recap, maybe in 2 days. I don't know. Go Giants. Go Logan Webb. Beat LA. I'm a classic.